But we have some guys who you can pick up who are not going down, who are going to have a great week. And they are our waiver wire pickups for this week. I have 2. How many do you have?
I have 3.
Okay, so you kick it off.
Start? Okay. So my first one is Josh Rojas for the Seattle Mariners, who he is eligible at second and third and 50% rostered. Having a great season. 351, 3 home runs, 4 steals, and the turning point for him seems to have been when he took over for leadoff spot for that team. That was April 24th, and since then he's hitting 396, 2 home runs, 3 steals.
Well, he didn't bat lead off today, I'll tell you that.
I didn't see their game today, so
Dylan Moore hit lead off.
Interesting. But either way, if he's not hitting lead off or whatever, it still seems like he's got a very hot bat. So, and he's got the dual eligibility, second, third. That's a rare combo, and it comes with corner infield and middle infield eligibility. So I would certainly be riding with Josh Rojas if I could grab him.
All right, by the way, Sunday Night Baseball, in case you're wondering, bottom of the 7th, 2 runners on for Pete Alonso. Should I turn this on real quick?
I saw
when it's Pete Alonso versus Matt Olson, I got to turn it on.
I saw Kelnick hit a home run today, too. That was pretty exciting. Good for him.
He hit a home run against the Mets.
Is that bad?
No, that's great. Because, again, I told you he was a Mets prospect.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right, my first, as Alonso steps to the play, I'll monitor that as well. But my first waiver wire pickup for you is John Singleton.
Sure.
He's going to be playing first base, it seems like. I mean, for the Astros, right? Or at least DHing. Jose Abreu, that contract just hasn't worked out. He hasn't been good. Alonso flies it to right center field, back, and caught. In front of the track, a couple steps in front of the track. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. Pete Alonso, just a weak-ass dude.
I know.
But John Singleton, not a weak-ass dude. He hit a home run at Yankee Stadium. I was working the game. He hit a home run to a spot that I've never seen anyone hit a home run at Yankee Stadium. It hit the facing of the top deck in right field. I've never seen anyone hit one up there. I don't know what his savant page looks like, if he's like just got incredible raw power. I've seen a lot of lefties bat at Yankee Stadium. I have never seen a ball hit up there. That was stupid. So in the last couple of weeks, he got a 300 on base. This is just in the last 2 weeks, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, 8 runs scored. He's 7 for 36 hitting. So again, he's not like lighting it up like crazy, but it feels like if he could win over that first base job, and the Astros just aren't total ass. I mean, if they could just pick it up in the slightest bit, I feel like he's a good, pickup. He's only rostered in 8% of Yahoo leagues. So that could be a nice under the radar pickup that you can grab him. And if he's not playing or if he stinks in a week, drop him. But maybe you could get some value there for the rest of the year. Yeah.
And again, that's one of those, it's unfortunate that, I loved watching Jose Abreu. It's too bad that his downfall is kind of the opening. Yeah. But John Singleton, good call. I love it. And the Astros are not last place in their division anymore. They are a half game above the Angels. So
it's incredible.
They're turning it around, right?
One Mike Trout injury.
My next one is Leody Taveras, outfielder for the Texas Rangers. And he was a guy I was kind of in on a little bit in the offseason. Brings power, brings speed. He's got the good defense, which I thought would keep him in. And I was worried, right? Because with Wyatt Langford coming up, I thought he's probably going to lose playing time. Taveras seems like the first guy out. And now with Langford gone, Taveras has, he had a slow start to the season, but he's really picked it up. Hit safely in 11 of his last 13 games, 333 average in those games, 2 home runs, a steal. Again, not lighting the stat sheets up with power and speed, but hitting well, getting on base. He scored 13 runs. Again, we don't see those stats counted very often in fantasy as much as we probably should focus on them. So on a good team, playing every day, good defense. Leody Taveras is a guy that you should definitely look at.
I did look at Leody Taveras. Another guy that I did look at was Eddie Rosario from the Washington Nationals. And part of this was because of who they're playing this week. I forget actually now. But
the White Sox will be upcoming this week for them.
Yeah. So He, in the last week, Eddie Rosario is batting, or his on base is 550. He has 4 home runs. He's got 3 stolen bases, 7 RBIs, and 9 runs scored. I would say that's pretty good. He's the outfielder for the Nationals. So he's only rostered in 6% of leagues. Another guy that, hey, pick him up. He could be really hot. Let's see what happens. Ride the wave. Like, all his production from that he's had the entire season has come in the last 2 weeks. If he continues this way, great. If not, okay, drop him in a week. Like, you know what I mean? But maybe you find something here. One of the themes I talked about in last episode was around this time of year, you could still find value. They could end up being guys that just weren't good to start the year, and all of a sudden they turn it on now and they're good the rest of the year. And this is who they become. It's not just like a fluke. So Eddie Rosario could be another one of those guys.
Yeah, good call out. I love it. My last one here is a guy that I had said to pick up a few weeks ago that had a good start and now did not, and he's going to get another chance, and that's Ivon Herrera with the St. Louis Cardinals, catcher for the Cardinals, right? And I don't think we talked about that Wilson.
Yeah, I talked about it on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yep. Sure, right. Sad situation, right? Obviously, we don't want to see
weird.
it, but
yeah, odd.
It is. Yeah, it is odd. It's weird. And if we're looking at fantasy, though, obviously, we feel bad for Wilson, but fantasy wise, this opens up the door for Herrera, and so far he's really kind of stepped into it. Let's see. So I had it up. I'm sorry. So yeah, out of his last 4 games, he's got 3 multi-hit games: 2 for 4, 1 for 2, 2 for 4, 2 for 5. So maybe he's ready to kind of step back in. I know that he stepped in last time this happened when Wilson was out, and he started off hot and then cooled off really quickly. So he's a guy that he's got such good upside that it's worth taking the shot on. If you have any catcher question marks, if you don't have a top 10 catcher, which a lot of people, catcher's been kind of a weird position this year, Herrera's a guy to grab, plug into your lineup, and he seriously could be your catcher for the rest of the year if he kind of clicks and is able to keep it up, because he showed that he could do it last year in the minor leagues. So Ivon Herrera is a guy that you should definitely grab. He's got catcher one upside in him for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't mention, I failed to mention him last week, but yeah, of course, if you're looking at a team, a guy who's, it's a broken arm, he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. So this is his job to lose right now, at least for the foreseeable future. So, and it's an opportunity for him to really, even when Contreras comes back, whenever that may be, get some playing time, but it could really carry over for a bunch of weeks. I mean, if you could win 6 to 8 weeks, because you're being carried at that position, that's pretty good.